Can Kanna make your sanity beyond? Come upon. Can Kanna make you sleep beyond? Can Kanna make his kurakan? Can Kanna make kurakan?
So, here we are on another Tuesday recording day. And the first thing I want to show off is that you can create one burning character has returned, because this event allows for 2 Terra burning characters, which is more than previous events. The solstice events sure are huge. I don't think I'll create a character right away, but I will hover over the character I'm going to create. Beast Tamer. This is a limited edition character that can only be created right now during this event. So at the end of today's stream, I will say we come back with Beast Tamer, because I need one of these on my account and it's only available for a limited time. And then right after we finish Beast Tamer, it's going to be the same thing with Zero. This is another class that's only available for a limited time. Except the difference is, I actually enjoy Zero, and I think Zero is super cool. But for today, more story missions on the main. And check out this cool chick right here. Instant login. I've been hearing the rumors about them removing the PIC on-screen keyboard password thing, and they finally removed it. So where are my notes? Things to mention. Beast Tamer and Zero available now. Also, I need a new pet, because my other snail has died. It has lived a good life, and now all I have is this backup snail, which will die in 51 minutes of being out, which is probably going to happen on stream today, which is going to be sad, but either way, I need a new pet. There are 2 ways for me to get a new pet. One is for me to go to the cash shop and spend like $3-ish, $5-ish to buy a pet. Or, second option, there is a boss that drops pets. I'm probably going to go after that on Thursday. I don't know if I can kill silver-haired Hilla, but I mean, maybe if I iframe the cages, because she's the only other boss in the game that has cages, just like Princess No. Yeah, I think we're good to just go into MONAD. So I believe MONAD is pretty far down here, and it's in all caps, so I should see it. It should jump right out at me. Yeah, right there.
If you are reading this, you are my last hope in these dark times. My granddaughter and I lived in the deep forest of Abrupt Basin, beyond the Elnath Mountains. This may be a land of bitter winds and icy snow, but until recently, the blessings of our ancestors made it bearable. All that changed when people began disappearing from the valley. Soon after, the creatures of the forest grew strange and vicious. My granddaughter was among those who vanished. I don't know what's become of her. The people of the valley have turned their backs on me and on each other. Consumed by their own fears and losses. I know something is coming. A terrible force far greater than the challenges we face now. I send this message seeking a hero that will come to our aid. Though I hold little hope for our future now.
I feel like this story is decent and kind of cool, but despite me reading it all the way through the first time, I don't really remember anything in it. Which tells me if it wasn't memorable in the first place, I'm probably not going to read out every line today. So maybe I'll read some cool lines, but I'm probably just going to hold spacebar through this. No way the granddaughter isn't the villain. Did you see those eyes? One of the big reasons why I didn't want to skip MONAD was because there's a particular song in the background music that it was very popular in one of my videos, and it's somewhere in MONAD, and we're gonna find it. I wonder if I should turn up the sound, turn up the music, since we are looking for music in here. Ah, yes. Sleep at camp. These are a lot of characters that I do not recognize at all. Why is it preventing me from using skills? Thank you, let me attack. You don't scare me. Never done MONAD? And you're in for a treat. A lot of this story you're gonna have to attempt to grab from context. I'm okay, but the town is not? This music sounds familiar. Also, I like the silly elephants that they spiral their arms. Can I help this? Okay, so for those of you who want to do MONAD, have done it before, and you recognize this, take my advice and hold spacebar. Because if you try to mash like this, it is obnoxiously hard. You can just hold spacebar, it's okay. I do not like that this guy has damage reflect over his head and he's an ally. That is very spooky. Now this is optimal spacebar mashing. You can always tell who the important people are because they don't wear helmets. Remember the ARC video when I was talking about no hat %? Heroes don't cover their faces. Quick time scared me. Ah, yes, now the jump puzzle. Luckily I keep my speed and jump. Doesn't look like I can do any extra types of skills though. Looks like I've lost control. Look at all that EXP. That's 930 million. Okay, so it takes me 53 billion experience to level up. So 1 billion experience is that's almost 2%. That's not bad. Ah, and these are some of the splash arts with the moving splash arts that sort of breathe and blink. I wish they do more of these in the game. It's a little sad that they don't. So I believe they're saying that if we stay here, we won't survive the night or something like that. So we need to gather the people and move to a different town. Bring sturdy wood. Ow, these mobs hurt a lot. The more high-res stuff they do like that, the more jarring the player and NPCs models become when they coexist in the same frame. Sort of like if you're gonna upgrade stuff, you have to upgrade everything. Right. take a break. I didn't get enough wood pieces though. Was there a time limit? Okay, I was at like 42 wood pieces and now all of a sudden I'm at 50. Are they gonna ask me to make a choice and say like, oh, which one of us muscleheads is correct? You, outsider, you choose. I'm almost tempted to just start creating like a meme plot as to what's happening. We're deep in despair. The only thing that can save us is the Kanna tribe. Spending a lot of time in the burnt village. Burnt bread. Yo! You don't have time to cook your bread? So, like, you just leave it uncooked in a house fire? And then, like, after the house fire, you get cooked bread. These are some next level strats. Just thinking during the house fire, like, there's that bread that I was gonna cook tonight. I don't have to cook it now because my house is cooking it for me. It's just science. The realistically presented maps aren't particularly great for platforming. Yeah, it's hard to figure out where the actual ground is. It's just another thing that I liked about Mercedes, because I had like a ground finder. Talk to Aruhi? Well, this sure isn't Aruhi, but I can talk to this guy. The snow is picking up. We need to find the ancient Kanna tribe. No, we can't move just yet. We haven't gathered all of our things yet. We need... I don't know, we need like money, valuables, leftovers that we can use to get the Kanna tribe on our side. Ah, here we go. This is the Oregon Trail. Listen to that music. Okay, so there's like this meter for these different groups of people and like how much they like me. I remember the first time I tried really hard to pick all the best stuff to get people to like me. As far as I know, I don't think there's actually a way to fail this. So like, I'm gonna take a look. There are like choices to make for people to favor you one way or the other. I will lead our forces to defeat the monsters. It's just like, should we spend people to kill them or spend food to bait them away? It's like, and there's just an option for, I will kill them myself. I will disconnect. And look at that, we didn't have to spend any people or food. I just cleave them all apart. And then everyone likes me, and we keep all our resources. See, is there really a way to actually fail this? Still, I think it's really funny that they just like... There's like 2 or 3 different chiefs here, and they're just like, we'll let the outsider lead the whole encampment. I see reduces, 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 and only one that says increases. Am I supposed to increase? Okay, yes, increases are good. So just click on anything that says increase. Yes, for completing MONAD, the goal that I'm looking for is a really good title above my head. Increase? Oh, is this where we do the eating food thing? This thing is so weird because it's just like, look at this, you have 4 groups and you can only feed 3 of them. Oh no. And like this 4th one just cries. And then like immediately after they're just like, okay, but would you like to feed the 4th one? And then you just can. How dare you not give me food? Fine, you can have food. See, now I was able to feed everyone. Whoa, scary monster. It's the monster that brought the snowstorm. How convenient!
You're safe now.
Okay, I didn't think I was gonna one-shot it, but okay, sure. Oh my gosh, I can just shield the entire village. Increase. Increase. Look at this. Aren't you tired? She asks with genuine concern. I'm okay. It's tough trying to keep everyone happy. Increase everyone's morale. I'm sorry I'm too busy right now. Reduce everyone's morale. Like, why would you even pick the bottom option? Like, I feel like that's just to bait people who don't natively speak the language. That was quick. Is that a dawn warrior? Look at that bright slash. Finally, I'm done with this awful job. Reduce everyone's morale. I think it's so funny that there's actually a possibility I might level up off doing all these quests. Should make a tough decision. How dare you make decisions around here? Honestly, I don't know why you people are making me make the decisions. In search of a safe refuge, we found only another burned village. How will we survive? If only there was a bigger, stronger village just over the hills that we could go to. This little piggy's house was made of straw and it got blown over. This little piggy's house was made of sticks and it got blown over. The third piggy's house was made of bricks and it would have gone blown over if not for the heavily guarded walls guarded with well-paid Kannas. Gosh, I wish I could just have sword wings. It's such a cool aesthetic. Many years ago, somebody once asked me, like, if I were a magical girl, what kind of magical girl powers would I have? And I was like, so this is like a 3 or 4 step process, but bear with me. My magical girl power would be, first part, to steal light from an area. Second part, to channel the light into swords of light. So if I see like a light or a flame, I can just steal the light and just bend it into like a sword in my hands. I was like, yes, more lights equals more swords. So if I have enough lights, I just produce giant wings of swords. And I used to daydream about this all the time, just like listening to music in college. Yeah, just imagine going to like some nightclub rave like place with all the music bumping and you just whoosh with like these big neon colorful swords. Because if they're made from the light that you steal, colored lights would produce colored swords. Group A, decrease. Group D, increase. Sure. This is mini Oregon Trail, except you can't fail. I swear there's one of these missions that just like gather as much food as you can. And it's OP. And I think this might be the mission. Yep, this is it. We're adding food. Did you ever think that having enough food would be a problem? Nonsense. Just farm, forehead. Learn more about the giant shadow. You ever seen Lost, Adele? Cry? How dare you not feed Group A? We had leftovers. Let me just feed the group we didn't feed. Because we have 1,000 extra food. No worries, we have unlimited food. Some of you may freeze to death, but none of you will go hungry. We will eventually find the ancient Kanna tribe. no.
You're safe now.
Hello, rough dot. Increase everyone's morale. Scary monster. It's the monster that spews poison gas. Of course, I've been wondering who the monster is that spews the Yo! That's just like frame 1 insta-killed me on Wake Up. Good thing I didn't get any death penalties, right? Increase. Somebody just fell through the floor. Goodbye, we're down to 199. Just kidding, we've been like that for a while. It'd be really funny if like you could actually just lose people from them falling through the floor. Oh dear, reduce egoist, reduce defender, or reduce everyone? Well, somebody's gotta take a reduction. Oh no! He fell through the ice in an ice skating incident. He just wanted to have some fun. It's all good though. We got him back. That's a lot of text. Oh no! Time for another song? Yep. All this in the name of getting a really good title. Because my Eternal Flame title burned out. It was never eternal to begin with. I wonder what language this song is in. Oh, big gates. Big gates mean good things, right? It means good protection. Uh-oh. That doesn't look like a Kanna. Everyone knows that Kannas are exclusively female. Go, Antler Chief! EKK! Well, it doesn't look like we made it inside. Okay, so we need to grab many meat. Help! This wolf is giving me a hug and I do not like it. I do not consent. Always remember, kids, cosplay is not consent. Sob. Antler Man is sobbing. Did he lose his daughter or something? Bring more food? We have like infinite food. You telling me we need more? We need double infinite. Mugen tabemono. Infinite food. Hello, Red-Nosed Man. We have brought infinite food. Are you kidding me? They won't let us in even with double infinite food. No way these are Kannas. No way. Kannas are certainly money grubbers, but Kannas share the wealth. Gotcha! No, these people are scared. No, Kannas are never scared. It's him again. It's the monster that makes the poison gas. I just love how slowly it comes on screen. Well, this time I killed it on Wake Up, so cool. What are we gonna do with ourselves with these walls and all this infinite food? We're gonna drown in food. We need more people to eat it all. MONAD, you mad, we all mad for MONAD. I just really like the name of the title. Invincible Hero of the Snowfield. Imagine getting isekai'd into a video game, except you're not playing one of your mains. You're not playing a main, you're playing one of your alts. That would suck. I'm just imagining getting isekai'd as like a mage alt. I'd be so angry. If I had to play Evan, I'd just give up. There's a new anime idea. Gosh, cleave hitbox is gigantic. Oops. Didn't mean to press that button. She threw a rock on the mushroom. The mushroom was controlling the monsters. Sure. Oh wow. There's this cool vent of air that allows us to drift upward. Is that the ancient Kanna tribe? Oh, goodbye. Ah, we landed on ice. Sploosh. I'm gonna get that Wind Waker sploosh noise.
Sploosh.
Sploosh. Oh, it wants me to go up? No. Okay, right there. Bring back meat? Oh, not this again! No! It's time to get quadruple infinity food. Although, like every day I think about... Wait. Is this an owl? You've been talking for an awfully long time. Nope, it was just a really long dialogue. I thought it was looping on me. But I was gonna say that not a day goes by that I don't think like, gosh, I wish I could be playing Mercedes. But also like, I don't want to go back on this. Because it's not that I'm not enjoying Adele. It's just I always think like, I knew so much about Mercedes. I was so cool. I will become cool again. Just have to get there. Have to make it shine. Have to get those perfect pixel alignments. Jelly rash rope. Climb the jelly rope. Hey, I recognize this cabin in the woods. Is this where we complete the first quest of Meet the Old Woman? Hey, look, it's Shade. Who is Shade again? Oh, it's one of these 3D houses. The creatures of Grimm. Mutated Yeti. Go up. Think you can jump over? I'll try. You think you can jump over? I'll try. Just, just falls off. Boing. It's the legion of really slow moving monsters. It's the Yellow Mage Army. I think these bounce pads are for plebs who cannot up jump. The Yellow Mage Army. They're coming closer. If we fall asleep now, they might catch us by morning. Avalanche time. Oh no. C X C? Copter? Sure. I do not like running sections. Oh no, it's time to get tilted. Also, how come this is the first time we're riding on the elephant thing? Also, this music sounds like some Pikmin music. What does the SHR stand for in relevant? All that comes to mind is Shrek, and I know that's not correct. What are we dodging right now? Rar, thank you. Thank you, Shrelephant.
Hator said the fortress we saw in the canyon is called Skuas. There, we will conquer our fear together.
the ancient Kanna tribe. And look at that, we don't have to feed them infinite food. They just open the gates. Because Kannas aren't rude, stingy people. They share their wealth. You ever see Kannas trying to say, we're better than you? I mean, probably because there's like so many Kannas, but still. This is the Kanna tribe. Look at all these other less viable classes. Led here by none other than an Adele. You have Dark Knight, Dawn Warrior, too dependent on ping according to Ty. I'm not sure what class she's playing. Got this guy over here playing Hero. This guy over here playing Bowmaster. This old woman is just like, nah, we will teach you the ways of the Kanna. Pulls out fan, just whoosh, like rips up a whole field of monsters and they just Mercedes, a less viable class than Kanna? Yeah, everything's less viable than Kanna. Everything bows down to Kanna. The walls were damaged? Is it because this place was also attacked? No, it's because we were training and we accidentally slammed into the walls. The Kanna are fearsome. Party up and get inside the domain expansion. I guess Axe would be Hero. This guy in the big armor is probably playing Paladin. The old woman from the cabin in the forest. She was a Kanna all along. Of course, she was just a solo player. Oh, somebody just hit level 275. There's so many Smegas in the chat. Wait, it's your Benpai? Hey, I know that guy. Yo, your Benpai. I actually know him. He was in my old raid group last summer. He hit level 275 just now? Like, just 5 seconds ago? Dang, where's Zerhu when I need him? When I need him to send a message. To find wood? You want me to find 50 pieces of wood? With this few, like, drops? Slaka! Eliminate the monsters chasing Slaka. Busy feeding a village and chopping their trees. Think you were scammed into being a townskeeper? Yeah, but the Kanna tribe will pay me well with a cool title, which I believe is just barely a step lower than the best. Here it is, the song. Ow, rude. Can Kanna make your sanity be gone? Yes, it can. Can Kanna make you writhe with jealousy? Can Kanna make you feel useless? Can Kanna take your job? Can Kanna take your place in life it already has? I love the Kanna song. Notepad? What? Open the notebook. And I got a temporary medal. Special super elixir. Took me 2 minutes to realize those weren't the actual lyrics. Now, I do not know what language the lyrics are in. However, mine are in English. And Kanna can make your sanity be gone. I know it certainly makes Ty's sanity gone. Actinop's transparent blood. So it want me to open the notebook again? Oh, what if it wants me to click on these individually? Aha. Octopus leaves. What's these things again? Can Kanna make your sanity be gone? Yes, it can. Can Kanna make you writhe with jealousy? Can Kanna make you furious? useless? Can Kanna take your job? Can Kanna take your place in life it already has? Can Kanna make your sanity be gone? Yes, it can. Can Kanna make you writhe with jealousy? Can Kanna make you feel useless? Can Kanna take your job? Can Kanna take your place in life it already has? Feels weird the way the song loops because it has like such a long outro and then a really long startup. Spar with all of them at the same time. Alright. Arg! Money! What's this? I'm turning into a pirate. Yarg. Only heard the song for 30 seconds and it's already stuck in my head. Excellent. I hope you remember it every time you see a Kanna.
Fire!
Looks at Owen Kanna. No. I am living my best life right now. This really is some training montage music. We're training up the village people. The Kannas are like, we'll make you strong. You need to be strong enough to fight. Even if you're playing less viable classes. You chose a hard life, but you can still find victory. Get on your feet. Block, stab, block, stab. Block. Yeah. Now stab. Yeah. Is this how you normally train them? Ready to spar? I don't know if the boy can handle a single hit. Do not make me cleave this boy in two. Gosh, this questline is so long. When we finally get around to doing Black Heaven on stream. And those are relevant characters galore, and I will be reading everything. That's a terrible knife. Behold, chief, a squest made mine. Bonk. Cavemen go unga bunga. Unga bunga go gunga munga. Chunga bunga mo munga. Red snow. It's here. Is this the final quest? Where we kill the final boss and get the title? Which battleground do you choose? Why does it matter which one I choose? Okay. 135 people saved. Okay. Well, I see 135 survivors here, so sure, I'll just go where big numbers are. Do we lose everywhere that I don't go? Looks like it. Gosh, this battle is ours. Finish this battle in one hit. We managed to lose the other battles in 1 second. SMH. Oh, it's here. Give me the opportunity to fight the final boss. My one goal is to kill it without dying.
I have you. Suffer for your sins. This is your end. Sword of destruction.
Does that count? There it is! Invincible Hero achievement. Title, get! There's always a possibility they say, okay, now go out and get another infinite stack of food. This is my sister. It's my daughter. A friend of mine. It's Julieta. This is my sister. Okay, first try. Kanaka. It's like this touching moment, and this guy just moonwalks into the scene. I feel like a lot of these characters look really cool. I just wish we could see them other places in the world. That's right, we're going back home. Unga bunga go kunga munga. Trunga bunga munga. Okay. Sunset. Got this song. Is this an ending? Come on. Thank you for everything. That's something that people say at the end. I'm ready for my reward. So where is my title? MONAD Abrupt Mission Board. There's 2 tabs up top on the mission board. Well, there's these 2. But where's my cool medal? There it is, there it is. Invincible Hero of the Snowfield. And a Jelly Rash chair. Okay, cool. Here we go. Invincible Hero of the Snowfield. 10 to all stats, 15 flat attack, and 5% boss damage. We did it! Okay. We got the title. We made it back. And we also have a chair. Which apparently plays music. I did not know about this chair. I was hoping for a slightly more mundane chair, but sure. And then there's freaking this chair. This was the chair where I learned about what MONAD was. Now I can take the music with me wherever I want. Can Kanna make you ride with jealousy? May the Kanna song haunt you in your dreams. There was another thing. We got to level 50 charm, so in the last 10 minutes, I know where to go. It's charm quest time. Sleepy expression. Eliminate pigs around the Nautilus? Sure. Can't be that hard, right? Okay. Calico is fast asleep. Observe his expression. His eyes are closed, his mouth is slightly open. Adding some drool would make this look even more realistic. You learned the sleepy expression. Bleh. It's not a great one, but it's free. Permanent facial expressions. I think that should be just about it for today. But I know what we're coming back with. Because there is a limited time character that needs to be created very soon. So, next week we come back with Beast Tamer. because we have another burning character to make, and Beast Tamer gives a good link skill and a good legion, and I need to make one of those soon.